I've been gone for 2 weeks. Or, yeah, I was gone for 2 weeks. It was not that long. Stop complaining. Hello, Kuso. I have to just do. Ah! I see. Never mind. Well, there's a possibility that the, last stream I did is gone forever. I don't actually know if I uploaded it to YouTube. I fully forgot. Oh, you're still working at. Are you at school or are you still doing homework? Lol, I don't have any homework anymore at this point, which is really weird. But let me see. OMG, the himbo notification. Anyway, I am tired. Okay, I wanna play silly little game that nope, it's not on that one. That's why. No, hello, thank you. Yeah, for fun fact, you gotta be more specific. We've discussed this. Anyway, how's it going, y'all? It's been 1 second. Can I There's a thing. Did I switch this on? Possibly? Yeah, I did switch that on. Okay. You're playing a gacha game? Oh no. I'm sorry. I cannot see. I am playing on my, I'm playing with my other, keyboard, which means, I guess I don't have to see it. You know what? We'll turn it off. No, we'll have it. The presses shown on my wall. That's what I wanted to say. Fully forgot my mouse was there. Nope. You know what? We'll just switch. We've had incredibly bad luck. Oof. I want to know if the illness thing that started to affect Kyle in 20 has any physical symptoms, like appearance-wise. Yes, it does. Funny you should ask, because that's like the first thing that that I thought of, like, because this actually just this illness specifically has relevance in my stories, but give me more brightness, thank you. What's it called? So I actually do have like the actual the what it looks like. I guess what it looks like planned out, relatively planned out. What happens is you start to, when you get the illness, you start to become less of an individual, which means that because there are essentially an infinite number of versions of you, or at least, well, yeah, no, there's an infinite number of versions of you, and they don't necessarily all look the same. Some of them do look almost exactly the same as you, but some of them look slightly different. But what that means is that when you get the illness, parts of your body, as well as parts of your memory and your mind, start to just become the other people, quote unquote, that are you, sort of. It can manifest in different ways, and that'll be depending on the person, but parts of their physicality, parts of their body, parts of their skin, their hair, start to kind of like graft themselves onto your own body. For the character who has it that I've written, she gets, it looks like vitiligo, sort of, but it's basically, perfectly round patches of skin all over her body are slightly off from, or not slightly, are off from her own skin color just by shades, and they're in various different sizes, and all of her, and her hair is just a bunch of different textures and colors because she's been meshed with all the other versions of herself, and her memories are very strange. She keeps getting memories of things she's never done before. She has real weird dreams. The dreams are also kind of memories. Her eye color is just brown. Most of her things are brown, but you know, eyes aren't very big anyway, so it's kind of, or irises are very big, so it's kind of hard to tell if they're all about the same color, but like it's going to be different different things like that. And if you took DNA samples from the different parts of skin, they would be slightly different, just simply because it's technically a different person, but also not really. I wanted this one character, and it took like 100 or so pulls in the banner to finally get it, which was, I'm happy for that. Nice. At least you got it, and you didn't not get it. I really want to do a cosplay for this character. It's really hard to do anything, to start anything new right now. I have, like, nothing. I literally have no homework at this point, and all my homework is surprisingly easy, or like all the work I have to do is surprisingly easy, but my classes suck. Especially as someone who's used to a different style of class, and also even in the last semester it's been pretty different because I've had my in-class classes have all been like, or not all, but at least two of the 3 in classes I had, I got to like stand up and do things, and now I have 4 days in class instead of 3, and all of them require me to sit in a computer lab for several hours. The only time I'm actually going into a lab and doing stuff is on Thursday, where it's a CNC lab instead of manual machining, so it's still the boring one. And it is taking a toll on me mentally, especially because the computer labs buzz. Oh god. Specifically the one we're in on Monday, it buzzes, and it buzzes real bad, and it gives me a headache, and I'm there for 8 hours. 10, 11, 12. I'm there for 6 hours, which is a very long time to have one class, so it's not great, and it gives me a headache because it's, the computer lab buzzes, and it's loud, and it's annoying. I take several just standing breaks, so I just go in the corner and just stand there. But yeah, it's not great. I really do wish I could be walking around, but unfortunately, at the very least, I don't know. It's like I'm not going into a field where sitting is the norm. And like sitting at a computer is the norm, because I would actually not be able to do that. I would not be able to stand that. Anyway. Oh my god, it's a bot! OMG, say hi to the bot, guys. Bye-bye. Anyway. Sorry, I got distracted. Alright, have fun. Responding, I'm gonna go to sleep and check on you. Yeah, where are the mods? Who knows? All the mods are gone. Alright, have fun. But yeah, I've been so this is the second week of classes, and I've been so out of it, and I feel like I've been doing nothing, and it's made me exhausted. I've literally been doing almost nothing, and it's made me exhausted. On Monday, because I'm a little bit more ahead in my because that's the SolidWorks, so it's 3D modeling. It's more of the modeling class, even though technically you can do that in Mastercam, but it's Mastercam's worse. I started watching sign language, learning sign language videos, simply because I could not stand to listen. My teacher's great. He's very entertaining, and he's it's not like he's boring. It's just after 3 hours, it's hard to concentrate on anything or on the same thing, especially when it's something that you've literally already done, because he goes over the how the classes work is they'll give us, or they'll have instructions on our online, yeah, they'll have instructions in our online class thing. I don't know what to call it. It's Brightspace. I don't know if you know what Brightspace is, but the college uses that, and it has like all of our curriculum and stuff. It has our assignments. It has like lessons. Our teachers will just put the lessons there. I don't know why I'm struggling to get up there. But actually, let's go to 3. But yeah, it has the instructions that the teacher literally goes through in our class, and so me and my friend will literally just go and do the assignments instead of do the assignments while he's explaining them, but because we can read it, it goes a lot faster for us, so we're basically done. And also our teacher is like helping other people troubleshoot and stuff like that, so it goes by significantly faster for us, and then we have like nothing to do, because that was like the in-class exercise and also the assignment, because we would also do the in-class exercise and then also the assignment for the week. So it's like, wow, okay. We had this class last semester, and we'd like mess around in SolidWorks and build things, but I'm kind of not wanting to build things, so I'm just watching the sign language videos for fun. Oh my god. Eek. Nope. I don't know why I went to the side. Up, no, up. There we go. No. Oh god. I'm trying to get up here and I'm failing miserably. Thank god. Okay. What do I want to say? No. I really wanted that torch. Sconce? Brazier? What are those? That's a bad idea though. But yeah, I'm just like out of it and not wanting to sit at a computer, because all of my classes are computer classes at the moment, and I'm like, I've been sitting at my computer a lot more recently anyway, just because I'd been doing, because I had my 2 writing projects I was trying to get done for Halloween. So I was sitting at my computer quite a bit to try to finish them, and also I had like classwork to do that was online based, and that's literally the only type of classwork I've been able to homework that I've actually done. So I've been on the computer a lot, and it's just I could not work an office job. It seems that I could literally not. I think actually die. It would kill me. I would not have fun. Oh, look. It's an eyeball. I've still never gotten the glowing eyeball. But getting to level 17 is going to be really annoying. If I want to try for getting to level 17. Yeah. I've been watching a lot more, what's it called? reptile videos again. Because I will go through phases in which I watch a lot of reptile or like animal videos, and then phases of I could not be less interested in them, so I will not watch any. And right now we're very much in a I'm very interested, please give me more reptile videos phase, and it's great, and I'm having very much a very fun time. I had Liam on my lap earlier, and I was thinking of, and by earlier I mean like 2 hours ago, I was thinking of doing the stream with him in my lap. However, if a similar thing with ant videos, yeah, I watch Ants Canada. I say, yeah, it's usually reptiles, but it's all like exotic pets. It is really just all most exotic pets. So inverts, reptiles, mostly snakes. I love snakes. Hello, Mint. Yeah, Ants Canada. Ants Canada. He's Ants Canada. First of all, he's also no, that's it. He's just Ants Canada. He's great. Yeah, so reptiles, specifically snakes. I love snakes. Inverts. Not so much birds. Fish though, like some fish the channels I watch. Oh no, please don't. Also Bondi Vet. If you've never seen the like Bondi Vet, it's great. It's like an Australian show. I think it's like an actual TV show. Yeah, because it's like 45-minute episodes. And they upload them on their YouTube channel just for free, and they do compilation videos. They're great. Hi Cream. Oh wow, we have some we have some familiar faces who are not always here. It's cool. But yeah, Bondi Vet is great. I like animal videos. It's great. It's fun. And like the closest I get to watching videos about the regular, oh, also, Hoof GP, if you've ever seen that, if you've ever seen him, he's great too. It's a really specific, very, very specific videos, but they're good. The closest I get to watching videos about, like, regular, I guess, pets is, dog grooming videos. But yeah, I just go through phases of just really into animals. When I was younger, I really wanted to be not a vet. I wanted to be a zoologist because I just wanted to study animals. And then I didn't do that. And now I'm just like, God, I wish I studied animals. But now, yeah, animals and plants. We're really druiding it up, huh? But really, I love snakes so much. I know I've been associated with spiders, but that was against my will. If I could go back, I'd be a snake person because I love snakes. Snakes I have such a soft spot for snakes. I do not like animals with, well, no, that's a lie. I like animals with several legs, but I'm preferential. Yeah, good night. What is this game about? It's about adventure and rhythm game according to Twitch categories. I don't know. It's a platformer. Not much happens. I know in the sequel there's like actual fighting mechanics, but I haven't gotten the sequel. I'm just here to hang out and have fun. It's a chill game with pretty colors, and I've left the mouse on the screen. Don't die. Yeah, it's a chill game with pretty colors and nice sounds, and you get to absorb fun little some fun little stars and collect these orbs, these rocks, and there's butterflies. They're not stars, they're like these diamond shapes. But yeah, there is, to my knowledge, not an actual story in this version of, or yeah, in this game. I do want to get the sequel. It is a fighting game, and I'm like, I don't really Enjoy. No, I'm dead. I could have landed on one of those. Oh no. Okay, we're getting this wisp. And you collect some I get the wisp. You collect wisps and you get cool traits. It's called Himno. I like the music in it. I like what it looks like. I really do want to do a cosplay of the main character or the player character, but it's difficult to do. I have like materials for it too. I have to get pants for it, or like shorts. The color of them looks like the closest thing I found to the color in already pant form is scrubs, and I don't want to be wearing scrubs, but I think if I don't want to make pants myself, I might just have to buy scrubs or just get the scrubs. So, well, we'll find out. Have you ever seen a $2 bill in real life? No. Online? Yes. Hello, Zinc. Zinc. You're having technical issues with 1 second. My mom got me a stool. Well, no, it's a, yeah, I guess you can call it a step stool. It's a folding one, because the new snake I got is in, well, I have my snakes on a bookshelf. Well, it's a converted bookshelf now. There's barely any books on it. But yeah, their tanks are on my bookshelf, and the higher up tank I have been talking and my mic has not been on, so that's on me. Anyway, my mom came in and gave me a step stool because I need one, because I am short, as we all know, but specifically because the new snake that I got is on, well, both of my snakes are on a bookshelf, a converted bookshelf, and both their tanks are on it. The higher up shelf is for the baby because they can go in a smaller tank, and that height is like slightly too high to be, it's high enough to be inconvenient, but not high enough that I need like, not high enough that I technically need a chair. It's just inconvenient, so step stool to make it a little bit easier. This is what I get for being small, but it's fine. I can correct it. It's National Short People Day. Oh no, really? That's not how I meant to sound, but it's how it came out, so we're going with it. But yeah, I don't know what you want from me. I'm not even that short. By all technicalities, I'm actually, like, pretty average. It is not my fault people are taller than me. Like, come on. Level 6, crying. You're having a technical issue with donations? Donations for what? Come on, move. Thank you. What was I talking about before? I got distracted. Oh yeah, I want to do a cosplay of this guy, but... And I have, oh yeah. Why? Is it like bugging on you? Yeah, whatever. And I have like the design idea and stuff, and mostly because they have like actual pictures of what the guy looks like. The guy in his whole little outfit looks like. You're giving me $3? Oh, thanks. What's it giving you trouble with? You don't need to give me $3, but it's funny that you are. What am I saying? Yeah, the guy has a cool design and I like it. However, I've decided that instead of buying a shirt, I was gonna buy fabric to make a shirt, and now I have a bunch of red fabric. Only one of them I'm planning to use. It's a tablecloth. It's a really nice tablecloth. Well, no, it's a nice fabric for what I want it to be, and it's a tablecloth. The other thing of red fabric I bought because I'm, easily seduced by red fabric. I'm not going to lie. That they can't identify it? Ooh, you're not real. Damn? I don't know. It's fine. You don't have to give me $3. I would figure out why your debit card seems to not be real, though. Might be a problem in the future. Sup, that's me. I am Bridgetune. What did I say? Yeah, I might straight up, what I might do is get another shirt and then have it, have the fabric I've bought just as like a shawl or like a scarf cloak thingy, because I've seen that and I've seen people do that with just like minimal cutting and sewing to pieces of fabric, and it looks close enough to what the design that I'm going for, because I'm mixing the first game design and the second game design because I like it that way. Yeah, I think it'd be close enough that it'd be good, that it'd be fine, but it'd also be a little bit more functional than just having a tank top on with like a weird collar. Might be a bug, might be a bug. Didn't say. It's still in, it should be, give me 1 second, actually. I'll check my, it should be in my computer. It is in my computer. Yeah, I have it here. It's 4 hours and 17 minutes long. I can upload it. I just have not wanted to exist on this weekend, so I didn't do anything. Upload it? Yeah, okay, I'll do that after. Remind me after stream to upload it if I don't upload it myself, because I'm not doing it right now. My murdered and buried name. I want to do this as a mood. It's just, I don't want to be on a computer. Like, it's the opposite of how I didn't want to be on my computer last time, which is I've been on a computer way too much and now it feels like, it feels bad. And before I was never on my computer, so I didn't want to change where I was. There was like an optimal amount of me being on my computer, which was last semester, where it was like fine, I could do it. Oh god. But yeah, it's is what it is. Oh wow, this is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was. Yeah. But yeah, it has been, in fact. No, please don't die, thank you. Does this mean I'm transphobic now? Do you want to be? I'd say it more means that you're ignorant and or you made a mistake or you did it on purpose, in which case, why? You're okay, cool. Yeah, you want to be transphobic? Okay, I don't know why you'd want to do that. I mean, you should probably try harder? That feels like a weird thing to tell you to try harder for. But, yeah, try harder. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, you said you wanted to be transphobic. What was I saying? Yeah, I had designs, drawn out, because in class one day, instead of listening, I decided to doodle cosplay designs. I really have to get to making the shirt. It's mostly me not wanting to make this shirt, I'm going to be honest. And it would, because I can basically, making pants is harder, and I also can't find material for pants that are like the right color. I guess I could always buy material and then dye it, but that seems like so much more work, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna buy scrubs. I said I was maybe gonna do that. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna get scrubs. Because they're the right color. That's it. And also the right, like, style of pant, which is looser. Yeah. Okay, yeah, which is a little bit looser around the leg and like a thinner material, so I could make the because they're like harem pants, which weirdly enough I couldn't find any harem pants because I went thrifting a little bit ago to look for materials for this, and I couldn't find any harem pants, and I was like, what? There's usually some. People are usually trying to get rid of them. Weird. What? Okay, have fun. But yeah, I just have to get over myself and make the either the shirt or the cloak thingy. I'll probably just go for the cloak thingy. Although, like, it would be fun to have them be different textures, because the reason I got this tablecloth was because of the texture of it. It had like a nice not print, texture. And I wanted to use it for that. And I was thinking, like, I could make the shirt out of that, but I was thinking of just having, like, a different shirt underneath it, and then having the cloak or scarf thing on top would be nice to add in more dimension, because it is, like, a very simple outfit, or really simple cosplay. In details, because it's based on an 8-bit character. Is this 8-bit? No, it's not, like, whatever bit. You know what I mean. It's based on a very simple design. And even in the concept art, there's like 2 pictures. And one of them is this game and one of them is the other game. And I will be making, when I actually get, if I ever actually get this done, I will be making the sword. And then I want to have, like because if you can, I don't know if you can tell, but the, actual character has, like, is sort of made of stone, I think. So I do have to figure out how to get my arms and legs to be gray, but that's not as hard, to do. But they also have, like, this weird stone robotic head kind of thing, and that'd be harder to do, but I could do something for it. I can just make, like, a helmet that looks like that, I think. But yeah, it'd be fun. It's just, again, it's a tank top and shorts. It's going to be cold. I have to make something that's not cold. Oh, hey. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting to hop over to 13. There we go. I was gonna, last time I played this, I was like, yeah, I'll go, next time I stream, I'll be streaming new, games, and then I didn't do that, which is funny to me. I really should have, but I want the brightness higher. Oh, that's as high as it can go. Okay. I feel like it just resets me. That's fine. Ah, not what I asked for. I forgot about shift. I forgot about dashing. It's okay. Oh no! Okay. It kept my levels, at least. Oh well. But yeah. Like I was saying before, I really like reptiles. A lot. Yeah, I wish Cinnamon would you know, show up in their tank, but unfortunately, well, you know, milk snakes are colubrids. They like to bury themselves. My other snake, Liam, would probably also be doing that. Would also be burying himself a bunch. I don't know why he doesn't, actually. Like, the substrate is deep enough for him to bury himself. He just likes, I think he just likes being cold. For some reason, both of my snakes enjoy being cold, which isn't what reptiles are supposed to like, but you know what? I'm not gonna judge them. That's up to them. Both of them have been spending, literally, I think it's because I put on, well, the baby I just got, so has had heat on the entire time. But Liam used to spend a bunch of time in his hide on the warm side of the tank, or what would be the warm side of the tank, but as soon as it got cooler and I started putting the heat on, he's been spending it outside, just like on top of the cocoa fiber, and it's like, why are you doing this? And then I take him out and he's so very cold. Or not so very cold, he's not like freezing or anything like that, but he's like pretty cold to the touch, and it's like, what is wrong with you? But he moves around a bunch, so it can't be like a problem for him. He's just weird. I don't know what it is with him. But he's always been like this. I don't know why. I make sure it's warm enough. He has the option, he just chooses not to take it. Like, I'll try to direct him onto the warm side, because he knows it's warm in there. He just chooses to be cold. I don't know, man. He's a funny snake. Yeah. Other thing about the snakes I have that are great is that they don't need UV lights, which is awesome. Other snakes do. I actually don't know if that's really so much of a problem with snakes, or much of a thing with snakes. I know that my snakes don't. You're getting a cool hat tomorrow. Nice. What kind of hat? Anyway, my snakes don't need UV on them, which is nice. I don't have to have like more lamps in my room, because I already have a heating lamp in here, and I usually use heating mats for them just because it's easier, and it's easier for them, because again, they don't bask. Well, yeah, no, they don't really bask, because they're not so much nocturnal, but they are like, I don't remember the term for it. It starts with a C. It's a weird word that I never use, but they're more like twilight species, like dusk and dawn kind of. So they don't really get sunlight. Anyway, yeah, they don't really bask. So what they'll do is they'll either go underneath something that is warm, or they'll go on top of like warm rocks and stuff to warm up. But yeah, it's just it's nice. It's nice not having to worry about UV for them. Called the Baker Boy. Oh yeah, I know those hats. Newspaper. Yeah, the page boy caps. The page boy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, those ones. Haha, I've seen those. Yes, that one. Not quite Page Boy. Page Boy's the other one. I know what this one is. I've seen this before. Literally unbelievable. It's really nice, yeah. What was the last thing you heard? I accidentally muted myself. No, I've been talking the entire time. I just accidentally muted myself somehow. I don't know. I think it's when I was switching, because I switched to look at Discord, so I was switching back. Paperboys, yeah. I don't like hats, personally, myself, which was a problem growing up because I wouldn't want to wear hats and my ears would get cold. That's mainly what I was saying. I used to wear earmuffs a lot because, again, I didn't like hats, but then I lost them. I kept losing them, so stopped with those. And then, actually, no, I got headphones, which were easier to wear because I got distracted because I could listen to stuff through them, and they'd work, like, they're Bluetooth headphones, so they'd do the job of being earmuffs as well, so I'd wear those. But then this summer, was it seriously just the summer? I guess it was the summer. My headphones broke. So if I desire to have ears, I felt inspired. Nice. To have a literary professor. No. One that fits with my octogenarian aesthetic. Really? It took a while for you to find a hat that fit your aesthetic? Okay. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just unaware of hats, more unaware of hats than I thought so, because I feel like hats would work. You're picky? Yeah, that makes sense. The flat hats, they're weird. Well, you know, to each their own. I can't stand wearing things on my head for a long time. Like my headphones, even. Oh. Headphones are easier because they serve a dual purpose, but like even earphones, like in-ear buds, are difficult. I'm picky and sensitive. I don't like wearing my glasses for that reason as well. Headbands, clips. I don't know why the clips hurt. Having my hair in a ponytail, I'm sensitive. So yeah, when I find stuff that I can wear for a long time, I get very excited. But because I don't like, I'm often not able to wear things for a long time, I don't often look for stuff. So it's hard. Anyway. What's up? Are the dorky fedoras, how's your vision, by the way? Mine's got worse. Mine's not got worse in terms of, like, prescription. I don't think. I was wearing my glasses earlier today because I have a computer lab class, and I have a computer lab class, so I have to see what's on the, what the teacher's talking about, and I can't just sit close enough to the screen for it to work, because it doesn't work. But because I've spent so much time staring at screens, my vision on screens specifically has just gotten very much like, yeah, no, you need... I've gotten stuck. Oh no. It's like, yeah, no, you need your glasses. Everything's gonna look fuzzy, and you will not have the mental capacity to try to think your way through whatever this is supposed to look like. So I've been, having to wear my glasses more, because I'm like, I'm not mentally energized enough to care what this looks like. So yeah, because I can usually just, like, I know I shouldn't be doing that. I know I shouldn't be squinting to figure out what things say, but it's much easier, and I hate wearing glasses. They hurt my head, and I have to stare at the screen anyway, and I have to make everything brighter, like I'm... Anyway. But it's fine. Anyway, yeah, it's... My prescription seems to still be right. Get tired at an unreasonable rate. Exactly. Yeah, staring at green sucks. Go mole mode for 8 minutes, yeah. During class, if I finish my assignments early, I think I said this before, I don't remember if it was when I was muted though, I will go and I will stand up and go and stand in the corner for a little bit, and I will take standing breaks, just not be sitting in front of the screens which buzz at me and I can hear them, they cause headaches. And also, yeah, to not have to look at things, and also not have to be sitting down, because it's terrible, it's bad, and I could not do it for several hours in a day. I could not get an office job, or like like a computer job. I have to go and go mole mode for 5 minutes. That's fine. Have fun on your mole mode. It used to be that streams were the longest time I'd spend in front of a computer. I can spend more time on my phone, mostly because I can bring it right up to my face, which is not a good thing, and I should stop doing it. But now I have to sit at my computers. Also, I could lie down, which is a lot easier, and their phones are a lot quieter than computers are. They buzz less. But now, if you can hear my very squeaky chair, I have to sit in a chair and do work in a chair. What is this? There's just garbage on my floor. I should get like a standing desk, but I don't sit at my desk. Well, no, I am not buying a standing desk. That's a bad idea. That's too much money and not enough room. I don't have enough room here. And by not enough room, I mean vertically. I do not have enough room vertically. I do not have enough room vertically. I stood up to check. They're American propaganda? Yeah, but it let me stand up because what I do when I was using my computer a lot more, because I during last semester I was using my computer a lot more and wasn't making me as exhausted because I was using it for like fun things, and not just having to sit in front of it. I could take breaks when I wanted to. What I do is I'd stand up because I didn't like sitting for so long. I just stand up and stare at my screen, except because of my desk is a desk to be sat at. One second. Yeah, I'd be standing looking at my screen and I'd have to just tilt my screen up, but because of the eyesight, I'd end up just having to sit down again because I couldn't see properly. Or I'd have to make my screen real zoomed in, which also works, but also doesn't help with the fuzziness for some reason. I don't know. It depends on what I'm looking at. Usually I'd use it to read. I have jumped into the breach. But yeah, I think like are there like a standing desk or just like a laptop stand that goes higher? Because the tilting up works, but only on my second screen, because I can't quite do that on my laptop. Well, I can do it on my laptop, but it's weirder on my laptop. It doesn't quite work the same. But I'm not gonna buy a standing desk anyway. I keep forgetting my mouse on my screen because I have to click on the screen, on the window, to get it to recognize that, hey, this is actually the one I'm intending to play with. Oh, you're still on that? If you start practicing the mirror, I don't know, do you want to be? Yeah, to be a better transphobe. Is this like a necessary thing? You don't have to. You can just not. Right? Like, that doesn't have to be a thing you can just do something else with your life. I think it'd be funny. Yeah, it'd be funny for a little bit, and then you'd start becoming, you'd just be a transphobe, right? Like, things are funny, but like, not really, right? Yeah, I was saying a thing before where doing things in an ironic sense only basically doesn't work. There's only so much you can really be doing stuff in an ironic sense before it just becomes unironic, because that's just how things are. Yeah, you do it enough, it just becomes true. It's like you're like, oh yeah, I started saying whatever, ironically, but now I'm not saying it ironically anymore. It's like, yeah, that's how speech works. If you start saying things, that's how affirmations work too. If you start saying things, it just kind of becomes a pattern. You just become used to it, you know? It's just like, damn, you know? Speech is important. There's whole books on it. Watch out. I love that genre of meme. It's just like, yeah, you can do this, but watch out. It's great. I like that a lot. And then actually get into the kink. Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, speech is fun like that. Language is fun like that. It becomes, language is one of the ways that we perceive and understand our worlds, even if people don't even if people don't perceive the world through language the way that I do. Like, it's still very much true for everyone. If this is how you describe the world, this is how you see the world. So it's like, yeah, you will get convinced of it. You can't just pretend. What is it? Yeah, like, like how actors will end up being like, yeah, we'll feel really connected to the roles that they've done, just because, you know, they've been this person for so long, and they've been saying their words and thinking their thoughts and things like that. It's like, it changes you, bro. It changes you. You can find yourself getting angry at Celeste. Well, you know what they say. The brain is so easily influenced by what you tell it. Yeah, you know what they say. I don't actually remember the phrase. The only one I can think of right now is "dress for the job you want." Like, oh, fake it till you make it. Like, literally, that's one of the things people are like, yeah, you have to believe yourself to be, you have to believe in your success. That's literally the step one. That's why, you know, the first step, the very old and kind of not funny joke. It's just a joke that always happens, but like, the first step in solving problems is admitting you have a problem, kind of thing. It's like, yeah, that's kind of part of it. You have to kind of commit to the belief that this is a thing, you know? Which starts with talking about it and understanding it and saying, yeah, that's how that works. The brain is so easily influenced. Like I said, it's a dumb game. It's so hard for what it's already starting. You gotta delusional girl your problems and your successes. It's a whole thing. It's literally, again, literally, that's what affirmations are. That whole genre of things, which isn't just like, I will be a happier person. It's literally like, I'm going to, like, this thing that is not necessarily in my control is going to happen to me. And people are like, yeah, daily affirmations work or whatever. And they'll just, like, repeat lists of things they want. And it's just like, yeah, it happens to me. It's not because it's actually putting energy into the world. It's because it's subconsciously training your brain to strive for these things. Psychology's weird, man. The brain's a messed up organ. It's really good at picking up on things. It's really good at patterns, which means it's really good at being manipulated. It's great for that. Don't say dumb stuff ironically and try to be kind to yourself. That's true, yeah. That's why it's like edgy humor was never great, right? Like, edgy humor is only so bearable. Most of your friends. Yeah, I mean, that's one reason to not want to be a transphobe. The other reason to not want to be a transphobe is, like, you know, it's bad. It's not cool. What am I doing? Oh, I've thrown myself into the waves. Yeah, get away with it. Yeah, that's what a lot of people just use humor just to be mean. Yeah, that's it. Or like people will say, "Oh no, I'm just honest," and it's like, no, you're mean. You're just a mean person. Yeah. Yeah, affirmations and stuff. What's it called? I don't actually think there's a word for it. Is it? Give me one moment. Moment. I can't actually remember the definition of doublethink right now. No. Okay, so it's not doublethink. Cool. But yeah, that's why controlling language is the first step in propaganda. You gotta control the airways, man. I like that. I do love, I don't know, I learned this. I learned a bunch of stuff and just completely forget them. But there's a word for, things that are kept. I don't know how to explain it. There are some things that are, represented a certain way or said a certain way because it was a reference to how things used to be, but now that they're different, but even though they're different now, those things, like those representations, are still there. Sort of like how save buttons are often floppy disks for no practical reason, simply because back in the day things used to be saved onto floppy disks, and so now the symbol for saving things is just a floppy disk. I don't remember what that's called. I did learn the word for, or like it was a word, or it had a title or something. But yeah, I love those. I think they're so fun. It's a great way to learn about history. But it also, I'm sure, I don't know this for sure, but I'm so sure that I don't know the sure, but I'm so sure that it's made some things very confusing for anthropologists and archaeologists in the past. Them trying to figure out what something's a representation of, or maybe it wasn't as prevalent in the past, but definitely future archaeologists and anthropologists will probably have this issue where they're trying to figure out why something is the way that it is, or something looks like the way that it does, but then they don't have the context of, yeah, no, it's just based on the past version of it. It's not actually the way it looks right now is unimportant, kind of thing. I just think it's fun. Humans get nostalgic. You can be honest and not mean. Yeah. Of the self, nothing grander in life than that. The Lulu, sure, you can be honest and not mean. There is, but I don't remember exactly. Mental palace, no. But the reason color only exists because the awards them. That's not true. The categorization of colors do exist. Like, the fact that we group them together exists only because we have words for them, but like, we can still see the wavelengths of light. Those are still there. Those are there whether we like it or not. To the point where it's it's not only like humans that can see color, animals can see color, plants can not see color. Well, depends on who you ask. They can't see color in the way that we can see color, or animals can see color, but they can sense color, and they have a perception of color to some extent. So it's like, no, colors do exist, but how we categorize them only exists. How we categorize anything only exists because we've decided to do that and have language for it. Yeah. Like, it is, yeah, like in some languages, or in, I guess, older versions of languages, there are not as many words for colors, simply because they didn't need to have more words for colors, or they would use the same word for what we'd refer to as different colors, but that's just because it wasn't relevant to them. Like, for example, certain cultures, like Nordic cultures, I think it was Nordic, or possibly Irish. I'm gonna say Nordic. Because I don't quite remember. But like, more northern European cultures had so many words for rain and snow and things like that. But if you go more, like, if you go closer to the equator, they're not gonna have, and you see more of the language and the dialects there, they're not gonna have as many words for things like snow, or they straight up might not have words for snow. It's just like, yeah, languages are going to be based around what is relevant to the people who speak those languages, kind of thing. You're stretching me? How dare you? Fine. It's either way, but some people don't have the need to distinguish them. Yeah, exactly. I have 12 or so words for different colors. No, exactly. Y'all get it. Okay, I'm gonna stretch. 1 second. That's also like the reason, it's my first time I've been able to use my linguistic knowledge in a natural conversation. Great. We should have more conversation like that, because I find it super interesting. I love talking about and learning about things like this, like language and stuff. I find it so fascinating. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that's also like why we have borrowed words, or just words that are in a different language that in one from a different language that we use to describe something, simply because that's a more accurate description of them, of it, because, you know, in the base language have no use for that word, or for use for a word like that, until globalization happened, which developed a need for a word like that. But so I was having a whole conversation. God dang it. I'm sorry. I keep accidentally muting myself. I was talking about borrowed words. Sorry. Yeah, I was talking about, also the reason we have borrowed words, like words borrowed from different languages, simply because, it's like a more accurate way to describe something that in the base language you never had need to talk about before. But now, thanks to globalization and the internet and things like that, we do have more crossover, even if in whatever base language is never spoken about certain things. And it's often just easier to use the other person's, or the other languages, I guess, word to describe things than make your own, which is fun. I feel like I said 3 things, but I can only remember 2. It was that, and then also, how words will change. Oh, you can make words up. I was thinking of that. You can just invent your own words, because it's... Yeah, because it really is more so the people using it that matters, other than credentials. So you can just make up your own words. You can create a new dialect, and new pronunciations, which is fun. You can just make things up. But because of that, and because of the word law, I think I said this, word law, where even if the definition or the use of a word is changed colloquially, even if that's not what the actual definition of that word is, the new use case of it does become a valid definition of it, simply because if enough people use it that way, that's how it will be understood. For example, the word discourse, which is supposed to mean a discussion of things, does now just mean, or well, now colloquially on the internet, refer to negativity, anti-hate, things like that. Specifically in... Well, I've heard it mostly in fandom spaces. I don't know if it's used like that about other things. I'm sure it has been. I'm sure there's people who have brought it as a crossover, contaminated it. Contaminated. There's the... I don't know if you've heard containment breach versus contamination, which is just in terms of... Can you not do this to me? In terms of fandom things, so containment breach is when a fandom thing is brought into the wider internet or the wider public eye and accepted, even though it is a fandom thing. That's a containment breach. And contamination is when a wider public thing matches with or it doesn't have to be a wider public thing, but it's just an outside thing, outside to the fandom thing, becomes co-opted by fandom because it fits really well with whatever. That's what a contamination is. Anyway. You're going away for... You've met a terrible fate. Oh no. I will send my slugs to mourn for you. If you do not return in 20 minutes. I do like talking about words. I don't know if you guys noticed. I really like talking about words and writing and what words mean. Words. That's why I have the writing club. That's why it's specifically a writing club. Not only because there's already a book club, but because it's I don't care about reading. Like, half of the time, it's about how the words work. I don't care for literature. Maybe I should have been a linguistics major. No, I couldn't. But yeah, I'm not... Literature is boring. That's untrue. Literature is fun. But yeah, I'm much more fond of how things work and fit together than how the finished product is, I guess you would say. Speaking of language and linguistics, well, not so much linguistics or language, but speaking of writing, because I can do that, and finished works, haha. Just so I have it on the record, just so I can say I've explained it somewhere, I want to talk about, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will not get it, but because I'm doing this without context. But the original ending, well, the thing is, I can't even properly say original ending zombie fic just because there were so many versions of it, and some of them didn't get actually finalized or written out, but the previous one, which in my records, and by records I mean in the fic doc, the one and only. No, actually there's two other ones of them for different fandoms, but still. On that, it's labeled as Bite Me because it was going to actually be a whole thing, and then it has an X beside its name because I've given up on that version because I'm not writing that version. Yeah, that one's called Bite Me, so I'm gonna call it Bite Me. That one actually had a full, yeah, I guess a run through. It had a whole plan. I had sections planned out and everything. I've written actually quite a bit of it. Can you go through? Thank you. No! Thank you. Yeah, I've written actually quite a bit of it, I think. The plan was it was gonna be around 5,000 to 10,000 words. Like, that version would probably be closer to 10,000 words. And I was dreading it because I did not want to write that much. So I got around it by not writing that version. But yeah, that version was gonna be significantly longer because of A, the writing style, B, the material I wanted to cover, because it was going to be pretty similar to what I did write, at least in the beginning, where it was going to be them going out to find Dream and then finding him in the basement of a building, or one of those buildings with rentable rooms again, because when I was writing that part, I had just gone for an eye exam, and so that's the buildings I was thinking of. I love stealing things from real life, it's great. So yeah, they were gonna go through that, and because of the writing style I was gonna use the writing style of the first part. That has a lot more description, and I have to write a lot more of what's happening. I can't just, like, imply things as much, or else it'd be weird. It'd feel really weird. So it's a good thing I fully just changed up the writing style at the last minute. Because of one specific fic that is killed. No. Yes, one specific fic, but also the author did write a bunch in this style, and it kills me every time. It's very good. They're very good at writing, and I feel bereft. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah, no, that's still on. Cool. Yeah, so I changed it so I didn't have to write as much, because a fun tip I learned about writing is sometimes you don't have to write, and that's a good thing. Fun tip I learned about writing is learning how to not have to write things, which is great, and I enjoy doing. It's so good. And yeah, so it's only about 5,000 words, which is what I did predict that version of it was going to be, because I'd cut out part of the story, even though the base model of it is the same in both versions. I'd cut out the ending, or I'd change the ending, which would made it shorter, and then I'd also chopped the style of it to make it shorter. Anyway, original version, the Manhunt crew, I guess. Yeah, I guess Manhunt crew, 5 hunter versions. 5 hunters version was going to go and search for Dream and find him in the basement of that building, and they were going to patch him up partially, and then bring him back to camp to try to keep him alive. And he was going to survive that initially. That was the original plan. He wasn't going to get infected, he was going to survive. But before they could do anything with that information, I was going to have a thing. It'd be so much easier to explain this to people who actually know the lore of the Dying Light series, because I really was taking so much from that. I'm explaining the original version, because I don't think during that 4-hour, no, not FNAF. During that 4-hour session of me explaining zombie fic, I don't think I actually went over how part 2 was supposed to happen. So I'm explaining that now. Anyway, I'm saying it'd be easier. No, I said it would be a 5-hour stream, and then I never got to 5 hours, okay? It was definitely not enough, especially because you gotta record more. This is on record, okay? Especially because when I was doing it, I wasn't actually reading the whole thing, so I 100% missed some things, and I also didn't go over. At that point, 4 hours in, I was tired, and I wasn't going to keep going, but I'm fine now, so I'm gonna explain it. Shake head, my. What was I saying? Anyway. You should read it aloud for us. I can't. It has words I can't say. I gotta start writing stuff that I can just say all the words in. So far, I can read both of my Sherlock fics aloud. I think. Yes, I can. I can. They don't have any swear words I can't say. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why that is. Huh. No, I'm thinking about it now. I'm so confused. Anyway, what was I talking about? Originally they were gonna go find Dream in the basement, and they were going to bring him back to camp. He was going to be salvageable, so he was going to survive. He was going to wake up and be able to talk to people. However, he was still not going to, he was still going to be immune to the virus. Yeah, immune to the virus, and, I was trying to imply some, affiliation between him and the XD, the company, you know, the evil company, the one that I'd made evil. I was trying to imply some affiliation there that's gonna kill me, because I wanted to have it be that I think I did mention that he was supposed to be the Night Hunter, or some variation of it during the 4-hour call. But yeah, I was going to have him be the Night Hunter. The implication, if anyone ever watches the DLC, plays or watches through a playthrough of the DLC, they'll understand what I mean. But in the end, if you choose the version of the ending where you fight the mother, what happens is, if you win, I guess, I think it's this version, actually. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've watched the game, to be honest, but I knew when I it doesn't actually matter what the ending is. It just matters how the result of it. When you I'm gonna say that is what happens when you defeat the mother. What happens is Kyle Crane, the guy, has been doused so many times with the special weird chemical that makes you a sentient zombie, that when he makes it to the surface and he gets out into a part of the world that isn't infected, because in the first game, not the entire world, most of the world's actually safe, and it's mostly just this one city and then like some surrounding towns that are infected by the virus, or at least I think so. For the most part, it's like a smaller portion of the world that is infected by the virus. So when he gets out of the facility, the underground facility where he was fighting the mother of the cult, he gets out to a place where there aren't zombies, and he sees the images that he comes out. It's sunset, and he sees a bunch of children playing in a park, which is, they really just did that to make it dramatic, but it's kind of funny for that reason. So the sun is setting, and as soon as the sun dips behind, or like when the sun starts to dip, he feels the change come over him and he becomes a zombie. The implication of that is that he's more in control in the daytime, of himself and his body than he is at night, and so he'd actually probably be sentient at night instead of a killer and a monster. And I was going to have a thing like that happen, where it's the day that they get back earlier in the day, and then or actually no, they get back and Dream is so weak and so out of it because he does have blood loss and sepsis. Because I was going to keep that because he's just not in a great way, okay? So I was gonna keep that. He was still struggling to survive, but they do eventually heal him up, and he wakes up one day in the daylight, and he's fine, right? He is okay for the most part. Or I have subjected myself to the waves. He's alive. He's alive. He's fine. Whatever. Everything would be great. Everything would be fine. This would be, if you want, ending 1. Everything can be perfectly fine, because there was another fic I read that I want to steal an idea from, because I love stealing ideas from the fics I've read, and in that it had technically 2 endings, but it was really ending 1 and then an angst continuation if you wanted to go for it, where things just got much worse. If you didn't read the angst continuation, there were some things that did not get resolved, but that was on you. You can just be like, oh, that's a weird thing that happened, never mind, it's not important, whatever. So that was an option. I was gonna have something like that where it's, yeah, something didn't exactly get resolved, however, things would have gone, you can just end things when things are good. And then the bad stuff would happen, which is, at the end, what I was going to have happen was, right before the cutoff, I was going to have a scene where, because it would be still in George's perspective, except I'd written these little interludes that I think I mentioned I was going to use at some point, but then I took them out because I have to kill your darling sometimes. Yeah, it was mostly in George's perspective. I had some interludes in Dream's perspective that were just literally just to fill the horror quota I wanted. it was a lot of body horror, honestly. They made me very uncomfortable to read afterwards, so I was very proud of them, but I didn't end up using them. Anyway, because it was in George's perspective, I was going to have it be that he is standing outside the bathroom where Dream has gone in, and he's wondering what's wrong. He's asking through the door, because Dream had essentially run in there really suddenly, looking off, and, you know, he'd been very recently dying, so of course you're going to be concerned about him if you are his partner. Can you please go up there? Nope, okay. But yeah, obviously you're gonna be concerned about him. And so George is asking through the door, hey, are you okay? What's going on? Dream is, like, yeah, no, everything is fine. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Oh, maybe I did explain this during the 4 hours. Oh well. I don't know, I want to talk about it again, because I was thinking about it. I like to talk about it. I think I'd actually written it down somewhere. Anyway, yeah, it was going to be like a thing like that. He was going to, Dream was going to come out of the washroom afterwards and be like, no, it's fine, I just felt a little bit off. We should just go to bed, it's okay. Oh no, I definitely did talk about this during the 4 hours. Why did I think I didn't? But yeah, it was going to have a lot more horror and gore in it. Now I'm less enthusiastic, because I definitely talked about it. Aww. Oh well. It was fun though. It was gonna be a lot, it was gonna be fun. It was going to be a really gruesome end. A real sudden, gory end. I was also gonna have significantly less backstory for George, and also I wasn't planning to have any of the, because in the fic I have, some flashback scenes where we get to see before the present, I guess the present part. Hi, Cream. You haven't died. Something terrible hasn't happened to you. I was gonna have the before scenes in the flashback where the times were not as terrible, I guess, or like, yeah, that wasn't the plan. That wasn't in the plan. It was gonna be all in the future, and then the characters actively, something almost happened to you, but it's okay. Okay. Ominous. Making your coffee. Oh no. Is your cardigan okay? Are you okay? I'm assuming you're okay, because you said it didn't. It was fine, okay. Yeah, I was gonna have it all be in present, and then have the backstory, his backstory only be implied, through parenthetical thought statements. Like, he was gonna have essentially flashbacks instead of it being present tense. Again, it was also supposed to be all in past tense, because I'd really only had experience writing past tense stuff at that time, like months ago. So I was gonna write it all in past tense, which does not lend itself very well to doing flashbacks, actually. Well, no, it's fine for flashbacks, but like, not for how I wanted, how it would have to have worked for what I was doing, but it's fine. I didn't do that anyway. And end up doing that anyway. But yeah, a lot of it changed. It was weird. And like I said, I was debating on having him just die, but I'd set up too much in the previous chapter to just have him die like that. With no additional things happening. So I had to add in some extra bits, which did make it longer because I'd written a version in that style that kept most of the same text that I have posted, except in that one the cure is made much quicker, and so they do get to burn the body. But I thought that was unrealistic and dumb, so I changed it. Yeah, so they just, you know, it ended up making it somehow sadder with much less catharsis in the end, which I guess is the goal, so it was better. Oops, I guess. Can I? Thank you. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Yeah. I've been wanting to write more. It's been a few days since I've written, and even though I wanted to do the OC-tober, I'm not gonna finish it. It's been too long since October's finished. I got 16 though, so that's more than half. I did not post the 16th one because I didn't want to. Not because I think it's bad, but because I'm tired. But I did get 16 out of 31. Oh, well, yeah. Technically still more than half. Which is fine. It was really just to encourage me to write more, but because it was spooky season and I'd really gotten better at writing, I guess scary and angsty stuff, but mostly just like spooky themed stuff. I already had a bunch of writing projects on my plate, or I had 2 writing projects on my plate that I wanted to write. That felt like more of a priority to me anyway. Plus I had school, so I still wrote quite a bit, and I'm proud of myself for that. I was also writing a bunch of that was for my OCs though, so it is slightly different. It did get me thinking a lot more about my OCs and like actually doing. It had me thinking about them in a fanfic way, to be completely honest. Just being like, yeah, they do this, or if their world wasn't the way that it was, if they were just like people, it had me thinking about them like that, which is really fun because I really enjoy the characters, so it's fun to think of them as characters I enjoy instead of parts of my brain. Which unfortunately they had been demoted to at some point. But I do enjoy them, so I do enjoy thinking of just scenarios of them. Maybe one day I will think of a scenario I like for them enough to actually write it down. But time will tell. And by that, I mean I will tell. I would like to. I have to stop saying I would like to. Because I know that just means I'm not. I'm probably not. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I promise nothing. But yeah, who would have thought horror media was gonna make me think more about doing my horror media? Oops. Oh no, I have themed, I'm consuming themed content. Who would think that my thoughts would be also themed? Like, for example, I have, I'm starting a new D&D group, or hopefully I'll be starting a new D&D group, with my college friends. Woo, college friends. And, the character I have is 100%... Okay, to be fair to myself, the original concept wasn't actually my idea. It was the world building of my friend who's going to be DMing. But the parts I did contribute are very much just based on the witch world building that I've developed for my Sherlock fics at the moment. It's very much based on that, and it's very funny to me. Like, my character is straight up a med student because of that, because I thought it would be funny. No one will understand it, but I will get to laugh about it and be very pleased with myself, so I'm just doing that. It's also an urban fantasy setting, which is great. I love urban fantasy settings. I like urban fantasy setting. I've never played an urban fantasy setting. I've said that so many times, but I have read a bunch of them, and I do like reading them. They're very fun. I like seeing how it interacts with the modern day life things. Which is why, I don't know if you could tell, every single one of the stories I've created is a jumps into the void, is an urban fantasy type or style setting, I guess. Goggles Kid and Newbie are probably the least urban fantasy. And the most fantasy. They're very fantasy. They're very, very fantasy. Please, please, please. Thank you. No, I'll find another way. Yeah, they're very fantasy, much less urban, but they are technically urban fantasy considering the, considering, like, Newbie lives in just like a house, like a modern house with like modern technology. They have phones and stuff. I don't actually know if Goggles Kid has a phone. Newbie definitely has a phone, like a smartphone. So it's like, it is sort of urban fantasy. I just know that their settings tend to be less urban fantasy than the other ones. I guess technically Team Eagle Eyes is apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic. The thing with post-apocalyptic is it implies that the apocalypse is over, which it usually never is in in post-apocalyptic settings. Like, you know, coffee's absurdly good. My good God, nice. Good for you. Anyway, is it possible that it makes all life efforts seem miserable in comparison? No. Not all of life, just experiences that mirror the scenarios that I've that led up to the pleasurable experience. Apocalypse, yeah. What do you mean? I've forgotten about it. It'll mean nothing to you. Aw. Well, shucks. No, because I was saying post-apocalypse and apocalypse kind of mean the same thing when describing a world for some reason. I don't know why. But like people use them kind of interchangeably, and it's weird. It's like that's not what that post-apocalypse is. Kind of like the Team Eagle Eyes, I would say is sort of more post-apocalypse than apocalypse. Because the apocalypse happened, right? The apocalypse happened. Now they have rebuilt some stuff. But the thing is, the apocalypse is still kind of happening. Post-apocalypse is more I guess apt of a name when it's like there's a doomsday where there was one event that caused a major life altering thing, like that one Sherlock fic that I talked about during the 4-hour fic talk, where the with the map thing. In that one, the apocalypse was that the for some reason everyone that could see light at that, like, at in one moment, everyone who could see light, like natural daylight, instantly died. A bunch of animals died, a bunch of plants got scorched, and all glass was destroyed. I don't know why that was the apocalypse, but it was. There was no explanation for what happened in the apocalypse. Whatever, that wasn't what the story was about. But in that one, it really was post-apocalypse, because it was just that one event and then nothing else happened. Afterwards, it was just people trying to exist, or everyone else trying to exist. But yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm confused. But yeah, people will use post-apocalypse for a descriptor for things like, yeah, as a descriptor for things like a zombie apocalypse, and it's like, well, is the apocalypse over? Have they cured zombies? No? Well, then the apocalypse is still happening, my friend. You can't stretch me. It hasn't been 2 hours. I already stretched. Yeah, so yeah, Team Eagle Eyes is more so apocalypse just because the apocalypse is still currently happening, although people are learning to live with it. Not well, mind you. Well, it depends on who you are. They are functioning, and there is sort of a they've reestablished governments. It happened very fast. But you know, a sort of government. It's more just a council. I do like councils. I don't know if you've noticed. But yeah, they've established societies and stuff, and relatively safe spaces to live. Like, they have cities going on and stuff instead of just like camps or settlements. It's like actual cities with like jobs that don't have to do with the apocalypse for the most part. It's still the apocalypse though, so things are still happening. There's unexplained phenomena happening. Time does not work properly, and someone's entire job is literally to just decide what time it is. It's a very important job. You were the only person it's a very important job. I just think it's hilarious. And your literal job is to kind of run the clocks, and to correct them. You get to decide when it is. Essentially, just because days and nights don't really have much significance in the I'm sitting up straight. In the Team Eagle Eyes world. Because it changes sometimes. Sometimes you'll have a day that goes longer than what would be, or like a daytime cycle that goes longer than it should be. Like it will go for a full 24 hours or 24 plus hours where the sun is up, and then it'll be night for like 2 minutes, kind of thing. So there is no, you can't rely on the sun. You cannot rely on the sun. So there's just this person who is the timekeeper who just decides on when things are. You also can't rely on mechanical or digital watches, because for some reason it happens sometimes, even if the watch isn't broken, that it just changes. It just is not reliable. So they just have a person who's just like, yeah, okay, I've decided. It's been 2 hours. It's like, no, but I've only counted 20 minutes. It's been 2 hours. And that's their job, and that is their right. They can decide. Alright, have a good night. I'll probably not be on any much longer anyway, so it's not like you're gonna miss much. Thank you for coming, though. I know you don't usually come, but it was nice having you. Possibly, maybe. I probably won't be, but we'll see if I am there for it. Made space just for you. Oh, cute. Alright. Thank you for coming. Good night. Please don't turn into a transphobe. Ah, the fact that you have to ask. But yes. Alright, good night. Have a nice time. Anyway, yeah, I do like my funny little world building. I should use it for something one of these days. Unfortunate how it sits unused. I'm saying this to myself. I'm trying to guilt myself into writing stuff. Not to your knowledge. I'm saying that because all of us are prejudiced, even if we try not to be. It is a fact of living in a society. Because we do live in a society. One of these days we'll figure it out. Write more, write more. God, you've been wanting me to write more so much. You don't even read the stuff I've already written. I've written so many words, okay? I've written and posted so many words for you people, that are just out there for public consumption, and you don't even read all of them. You haven't met any trans people to be a transphobe yet, too? Ah, damn. Yeah, I do want to write more. I don't know if you know this. I will say I've not read zombie fic. I know you haven't read zombie fic. Many people haven't, and I'm very upset about that. But yeah, I do want to write more. I have plans to write more. It is more energy to write my original works. You haven't given me any feedback on any of them, and that's the only way I can know anything about what you have read. Anyway, it's significantly harder for me to write my original stuff simply because I don't write it on Google Docs. I don't know why, but I've decided I'm not gonna write it on Google Docs, and it makes it difficult to write. Also, I don't like writing on my phone anymore, weirdly enough. No, I do like writing on my phone. I don't like writing on the bus. It feels weird, and I don't like it. So I haven't been writing on the bus or the subway, which makes it like I have to carve out time at my desk or in my bed, I guess, in my bed, to write, and I would rather be doing the other things, okay? Which is why I've been trying to retrain myself to think of them in fan fiction terms, which doesn't help me write my actual story, but I guess if I do like quote-unquote canon compliant stuff. No, I didn't mean to. Oh god, Google Docs sucks. Yeah, but it makes the transfer of work between different devices so easy and very convenient for me, and I don't need internet for it, and it automatically saves, so I do prefer it for that reason. I do like it for that reason. Anyway, but also because Team Eagle Eyes just is so... It takes so much more effort to write in the canon style, just because I've decided to be weird with it. I've decided I'm not gonna write a book or a story that is written. I'm going to record something, and I've doomed myself, essentially. I have to write a script. It's different. It's weird. And also, it's a very strange way of a script, because it's not quite it's like, it's a script within a script. It's not easy to do. And I also haven't plotted anything because I want a story with an ending, but I also want freedom to just kind of write stories, just for fun, just like for fun stories. And I have the basic concept of what's supposed to happen, but not anything definitive. I've doomed myself. So it's This is me reading is hard. Oh no, you have to read stuff that already exists. Here's the thing. If I write more, you have more to read. You don't have to read anything. I don't care. It's fine. But I will say, if you want me to read more or write more stuff, you have to read more stuff and you have to give me feedback. I am tired. I'm going to bed. I'm going to read things and put comments because it's a good reader thing to do. You will read everything. You don't have to read it everything. It's fine. I'm kidding. I'm going to bother you about everything. Actually do that. If you're gonna do that, do it. Do it 100%. Please ask me questions. Annoy me. Literally just talk about stuff. I will melt. You will melt me. I will melt in my spot. I am tired. I will be writing more. I will always be writing more. I will write more simply because I enjoy writing. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Good night. If you're here, thank you for coming. If you've stayed with me, thank you for staying. Good night. I am waiting, but I've said my goodbye already, so I can't stay. Two things. Are you trying to stall for 5 minutes? If this is something, oh no. Nightmare. Second raid. Okay, who am I raiding? Who am I raiding? Give me a person. Is Kangov streaming? Oh, that's not right. Is Kangov streaming right now? We can try. Let me do my give me screens. They are? Okay. I'm gonna do this now because I never do this before, and then it's a mad dash to actually answer questions in chat. I'm gonna bring up my Twitch so that I can actually say hello when we go in. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, raid has been created. Come along, my pretties. Come say hello. I'm playing Apex Legends. Alright. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.
Sal. Oh my god. No. How was your stream, Bridge? No, I'm always nomin. I'd be nomin. We're just playing Apex Legends right now, but we're doing strat roulette. So we have to play different characters and have different game rules. Ooh, every round.